Go!
Breaking news. Welcome to today's headlines. Kanu winning. Court shocked Buhari. DSS. Federal government overruled Nnamdi Kanu's trial. Strike out charges. Kanu winning. Court shocked Buhari. DSS. Federal government overruled Nnamdi Kanu's trial. Strike out charges. Nnamdi Kanu's trial. Strike out charges. To my dear listeners, from wherever you're listening from, please stay tuned as I read today's news. An Abuja Federal High Court rendered its decision on the terrorism accusations leveled against Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra IPOB. The Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, John Toho, is said to have taken drastic measures as media for the trial of Nnamdi Kanu on treasonable felony charges were barred from covering the proceedings. Meanwhile, gunmen alleged to be members of the secessionist group Indigenous People of Biafra, often known as IPOB, have reportedly ambushed an army patrol vehicle in Aba, a commercial center in Abia State, killing one soldier. On Friday, according to the Daily Post, an Abuja Federal High Court rendered its decision on the terrorism accusations leveled against Nnamdi Kanu, leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB. 8 of the 15 accusations against Kanu were dismissed by Justice Binta Nyako. The Nigerian government had filed 15 count accusations against the IPOB leader, including counts of terrorism and treasonable crime, which were later dropped. The federal government brought charges against Kanu that bordered on terrorism. Kanu was found not guilty. His arrest in June 2021 resulted in his detention by the Department of State Services, DSS, which is responsible for his safety. When Kanu was apprehended in Kenya, he was returned to Nigeria, where he will continue his trial before Justice Nyako. When Kanu was apprehended in Kenya, he was apprehended and charged with campaigning for the actualization of Biafra's independence. The IPOB leader, on the other hand, challenged the allegations in a fundamental human rights lawsuit against the federal government. According to the Daily Post, the Chief Judge of the Federal High Court, John Toho, is said to have taken drastic measures as media for the trial of Nnamdi Kanu on treasonable felony charges were barred from covering the proceedings. Under the alleged direction of Justice Binta Onyako, journalists from both national and foreign media organizations were barred from entering the courtroom, even though they had been granted permission to enter the courtroom by agents of the Department of State Services. The entrance door was forcefully barred against them without any reason. In the wake of a court ruling barring media professionals from observing or reporting on the proceedings, all efforts by security personnel to open the door were fruitless. However, even though Justice Onyako was scheduled to issue a ruling on Kanu'S challenge to the 15-count accusations by noon, the door to the courtroom was sealed at about 11 a.m. when the accredited media men had gathered outside the courtroom on the 5th floor. The Chief Judge had indicated in the practice directions he issued less than 24 hours before the commencement of Kanu'S trial that all terrorism-related allegations would henceforth be heard in closed session. Justice Shøckêd further threatened that any report on a terrorism trial that was not approved in advance would result in criminal prosecution. In the aftermath of the contentious practice directions being made public by Chief Information Officer of the court, Catherine Christopher, the general public has reacted strongly, characterizing the law as oppressive, a violation of Nigeria's constitutional provisions, and a revival of colonial laws. According to the Daily Post, gunmen alleged to be members of the secessionist group Indigenous People of Biafra, often known as IPOB, have reportedly ambushed an army patrol vehicle in Aba, a commercial center in Abia State, killing one soldier. To my dear listeners, now we've come to the end of our today's news. Please do